Hello everybody and welcome to Be1 with Benjamin, the channel that wants to help you to learn English and practice perfection. Today we're going to look at phrasal verbs. Now these are something that some people find scary or difficult, and I want to make this video to make you believe that they are not scary, they are not difficult, they are just another piece of language to learn. Okay, they are going to help you speak well in English and sound more like a native because they sound more natural, but they are going to be something that you're going to have to spend time with and learn. For that reason, I'm making this video with my top 5 tips on what phrasal verbs are and how to learn them, and I'm also going to give you my top 10 most common phrasal verbs that I use. I will give you the phrasal verb, an explanation and an example of their use in common English. Hopefully you'll be able to take my examples and either find your own examples or use them in the same way as I have, practice their pronunciation and then practice their use when you are speaking English either with yourself or with other people. First of all, we're going to do the top 5 tips. So here we go. Tip number 1. Phrasal verbs are prepositions and a verb added together to create a new meaning. So this means that you cannot learn the verb as you've learnt it already and the preposition and translate directly because they don't have the same meaning as you have learned them individually. For example, the phrasal verb crack on can be used in 2 different ways. I can use it not as a phrasal verb, there's a crack on the side of that building, or I can use it as a phrasal verb. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's crack on. Tip number 2 is that phrasal verbs, as you may know, have multiple meanings in a lot of cases. One example of this is bring up. Now, bring up, to bring up, could mean that someone is mentioning information, new information. I brought up that we needed to do that. Or it could be that someone is helping to grow something or someone. My grandparents brought me up. Tip number 3 is that phrasal verbs are either separable, non-separable, and sometimes both. Okay? And tip number 3.5 is that separable phrasal verbs often involve an object. Now, I will cover 1 or 2 separable phrasal verbs when we go through the examples, but essentially what I mean is that you either have the phrasal verb as the verb and the preposition together, or you have them apart with a piece of information in the middle. Tip number 4. Sometimes you can make a phrasal verb sound quite informal or like a command, as if you're talking to a child or something like that. So one example of use of this is I might take the verb eat, to eat, and up, and I might say eat up, or you need to eat up, which means to eat quickly. And my final tip, number 5, is that phrasal verbs, you don't need to think of them as a scary thing. They are just new vocabulary. They are using the verbs and prepositions that you know, but essentially because they are creating a new meaning, think of them as learning new vocabulary. Think of them as a tool for you to speak English better. Okay? So don't be scared of phrasal verbs and try to use them as much as possible in normal conversation. Okay? Number 1, turn on and turn off. This essentially means activate and deactivate something. People will often use this in terms of electronic things. So turn on the light or turn off the light, okay? Or turn on your phone or turn off your phone. Number 2 is to turn up. Turn up means something has been found unexpectedly, or to arrive at a place, or in a lot of cases the most common use is with volume or heat. So turn up the volume on the TV, I can't hear anything. Or can you turn up the heat on the cooker? Number 3 is really common to me. Grow up. Okay, this means to gradually become an adult or something that gradually develops. So someone might say to me, where did you grow up? Well, I grew up in a small village. Number 4, to look up. Now look up has 2 meanings, which is 1, it's to research or search for something. And number 2 is to improve. So to research or search, can you look that up on the computer for me? Or can you look that information up for me? And with regards to improving, I studied and studied and studied and things were starting to look up. Number 5, to look forward to. This is quite common. This means to expect something with pleasure. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to working with you. Number 6, watch out, look out, take care. They all mean the same thing. To act with caution or to be aware of something. So look out, there's a car coming along the street. Watch out, the boss is coming. Take care on your journey. Number 7, find out. This means to discover information or discover something. I found out that I love dark chocolate. Number 8, to fill in. This means to complete missing information. Before I arrived in the country, I had to fill in a visa application. Number 9, to carry on. This means to continue. So we had to carry on looking for phrasal verbs, but there are thousands of them. And number 10, to take off. This has 2 meanings. It means to remove and to depart, possibly quickly. So in the first instance, to remove, I got home and I took off my coat. Or in the other sense, the plane takes off from the runway. So that's my top 5 tips and top 10 common phrasal verbs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, comment, like or subscribe below, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.